Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. I'm Austin. I'm joined by Marco Barbanera, and we're here live from Zolder here on Apex Racing TV.
Oh man, we are live indeed, Austin. Hello everyone, great to be back after the Apex Racing Academy F3 series last night. And of course today it's the big one, it's the main feature race, if we can say so, because it's going to be longer than the official race. And Austin, if it's last night was anything to go by, we are going to have a fantastic race with a lot of drama. This track is difficult. The first few corners very easy to lose traction, and then of course you get into the you know, people talk about tilkedromes. This is more like a chicane drum from a certain point of the corner onwards. With these chicanes that are so tight, especially the first one, they entice you with thinking you can make a move, and then you can't, of course. And if you can't make a move, usually you end up having a close call with another car. And those curbs in the first chicane, the curbs are so high they can send you flying. In the second chicane, they are so low, but they have those like little speed bumps on the inside. They can easily upset your car. And then, of course, you have the hairpin. That's a good passing spot. But after that, another chicane that we don't have, of course, tonight, because we're using the alternate layout, Austin.
It's a glorified escape road, really, that final chicane, but it is going to provide these drivers with a very fast and challenging final run up into turn 1, and we could get ourselves some good draft battles from there and make turn 1 very interesting, and turn 1 very shallow braking zone. But you know, you got to hit it right to make it work, so turn 1's going to be challenging a lot of people, as Francesco Meola is currently sitting up there on provisional pole by 1/100th of a second.
And one thing we saw yesterday, side by side into that final alternative corner, no. Don't do it. Bad.
Never do it. Never do it.
No.
Never attempt it.
You know, a few drivers have tried to do that, doesn't work. And also it's very easy to unsettle your car midway through that. Let's go on board with Clark Williams. Hopefully we'll take the final corner. It's so easy to see there is a bump, and then you
massive bump.
And that wall there on the right side is like it has a magnet. I've seen plenty of drivers, very experienced drivers, might I add, Austin, and the race there yesterday. So of course today only one race, a big one, long one. So, and a massive field of 44 cars. Right now, Gaston Andic is the last driver, and he's 4 seconds away. A bad qualifying for him. He's certainly much faster, as we have seen last week. Alaric van den Bos, I don't think he is going to have enough time to complete this lap. So, I'm sure for many of these drivers, this is the end of a long weekend between this and maybe doing Nürburgring, and you know, of course, watching racing on TV and doing whatever we do in the weekend. So it's going to be a tough way to end this Sunday for these drivers. Austin, take it away.
Yep, 4 cars lined up here at Zolder. Francesco Meola is starting up there on pole, followed by QT Martel, Victor Barris, Lucas Baruch, Samuel Hermer, Gavin Petty, Luciano Zanier, Chuck Marr, Clark Williams, Bartos Grzeski, Leonardo Cherry, Michael Podozek, Stuart Miller, Premsal PSNet, whoa, Jack Podozek, Christian Glamsetter, Clemens Podzik Gruber, Antonio Tellez, Alex Hopkins, Zoltan Zomotor, David Martin, Andrea Bacchetti, Will McIntyre, Daryl Governor, Nick Carty, Adam Talsworth, Zachary Beeson, Patrick Rollins in 28th. Behind them in 29th, it's Rod McGuire, Massimo De Laurentiis, James Luis Cucciato, Richard Veen, Phil Waller, Russell Kirkwood, Johan Bergerson, Reed Dennis, Iari Arnio, Steve Rubens, Angelo Violas, JJ Gonzalez, Martin Devine, Alec Boss, and Gaston Edebic at the end of this 44 car grid here at the home for GT3 Racing, Zolder.
Yes, and yesterday we
or
saw
if
in
you're
race
like
2,
iRacing and don't update the logo DTM.
yeah, you know the 3 wide. Yesterday we saw 4 wide into third one. It didn't go very well, so hopefully.
Well, thankfully here in the iGPFun
Oh, of course,
rule book, there's no 3 wide on lap 1. If you try that, you banned.
Yeah, 4 wide I think also. Yeah, it's going to be bad. But
well, 4 is greater than 3.
Yeah.
The engines are revving, the hearts are pounding, the 5 red lights are on, and it's green, green, green here at Zolder. And it's a great start by Samuel Hermer, already on the back end and up into 4th place. So they head into turn 1 side by side, 3 rows back. The first 3 are nose to tail, and everyone's getting through turn 1 very cautiously.
Yeah, I noticed that. Look at that, they are almost like they are not racing.
Pace lap. First 3, though, are gone, and well, already dipping wheels into the gravel right there. Expect some dirt to be in that area at the end of this race. So we head into the first time, one of the big, hardest braking zones on the course, the first chicanes. And all these chicanes are insanely hard to get right, especially if you're in a pack. And I think Podesek and Hopkins might have had an issue as they're very slow getting through there.
Oh, and Samuel Hermer also is going for a little bit of... no, sorry, it's Lucas Maruk. Going for a little bit of agricultural racing there. He will have to serve probably a slowdown. Here comes Zanier, Mauro, Clark Williams. Bit of a traffic jam right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars around him, and he's going to be cursing the grass on his tires right there as they head through that little kink. But first lap, only 2 incidents, I believe.
Yeah, they
Hermer's in the one with Podesek.
Yeah, they took... Ooh!
Ooh.
Clark Williams almost being our first victim of the final corner. You can see that, you know, just like when you race in Monza, alternative layouts here on iRacing, and you cut through the chicanes, and of course those are escape roads, so there are bumps. So there is that nasty bump as soon as you enter this final corner. Basically,
it's like you're driving into a ditch.
Yeah.
Not a massive ditch like we have here in America, but one of those roadside ditches just to get the drainage out of the way.
It's great if you want to do a rolling start, but basically if you then would do the final chicane, it would be a bit better in my opinion. But of course, if we had that, we would have like realistic starts and restarts in Charlotte Roval, so that's another story. Milne and Pieniaszek.
Oh, that is a very alternate line fight between Stuart Millen and Premslaw right there. Premslaw was very offline in front of him as we look ahead, coming out of the hairpin. Oh, wow, that...
I think it's Leonard Cherry. It's Leonard is blinking, and that's terrible, of course. And now look how, bang, they go downhill, they hit the bump. And that is, of course, a very, very tough position as Gavin Petty and Samuel Hermer are exchanging positions. And I think Gavin has got the job done, Austin.
Around the outside, too. That was beautiful in turn 2. Turn 2 is probably the most off-throttle corner you have here at Zolder. It's also the longest corner here at Zolder. So that was a very surprising move he got that done. But it's so off-speed, because you have to slow down, and then it's very slick out there too, so you gotta be knowing on when to get the power down to get ready for that run-up. So I'm surprised he got that done. 28 degrees Celsius here on track right now, 18 in the air, so it's a pretty alright one out there.
Yep, great weather for some racing, and we are racing on the 25th of April, which, by the way, it's my name day, Austin.
It's today.
Yeah, it's my name day, and it's national holiday here in Italy. Not because it's my name day, of course, but because it's the end of World War II.
Celebrate good times, come on.
Okay, copyright strike incoming.
I'm going to be playing some Hearts of Iron 4 after this.
Oh yeah. I have it if you want to play some multiplayer. It's I know a couple of friends who like it. If you are watching and you like Hearts of Iron 4, drop us a line and we'll play together.
Dibs on America.
Side by side, Hermer, Zanier, Maruk. Fantastic. This is also Zanier, as you can see, the Italian driver, the 193, is having a bit of connection issues tonight. I'm shocked that no one has jumped on those curves, and because
I believe we had one curb jump.
Yeah,
I think Podosek might have hit them because there were 2 cars slow on lap 1. Someone has already been into the pit lane. But other than that, oh, there it is. Rod McGuire just spanked that one. There's 2-wheeling coming out of that corner. They're going to go side by side to Mini Ascari, and big lockup for Beeson.
Mini Ascari. Oh, Grereschi in the wall.
Oh, no, that's not what you want to see right there. Just too much mustard on the curbs and into the wall. But yeah, I call that Mini Ascari because it's pretty much a Mini Ascari.
And that's a rare example of a Maryland blue crab. I know my American culture, Austin. I know that blue crabs are a native species of Maryland. And they are apparently very tasty.
They are. I'm Texan, so I don't eat a lot of crab. Now talk to me about catfish, and I'll let you know what a good fish is.
It's not very popular here in Italy, while crab is... Tejes, Brachetti, Govender, oh dear, here comes Brachetti.
Side by side, looking down the inside, big break. Oh, big curb strike too, and a lot of cars getting out of the way and trying to get past the slower car right there. How did we not have an instant? Oh no!
Oh!
And I spoke too soon.
Yes, and we have Tejes, McIntyre in the escape road, another car there as they now make contact again.
They're still contacting each other. There's a car making up more car. It's a roadblock right now on damaged cars, and I gotta say,
It was Alaric van den Bos, I think.
Yeah.
There's a car on the inside that, the black car, so no, it was maybe Birgerson.
Van den Bos, look at his front wing. That front wing is hanging on like the camera on the front of Bourdais' IndyCar at the start of today's IndyCar Grand Prix race, as we see the 2 cars diving it into pit road.
Yeah. And so it was Van den Bos. Nothing he could have done because the 2 drivers collided. And then they came back on the track and they collided again. So you can see, well, maybe we can see it a bit earlier, Austin, from the chopper camera.
Yeah, they already had that curb strike earlier. They're both avoiding the slow car down the inside. There was a late braking move from the car in the back that got into Will McIntyre. So
it would have been Talsma, I think, judging by delivery.
Yeah, both these drivers are completely independent. But this rejoin is what really came in, and there's Van den Bos getting into the back of Will McIntyre.
No, it's not Van den Bos, it's...
That was Van den Bos who hit them.
No, it was the 100 euros, it's not him. It's the delivery similar to Samuel Hermer, but not Samuel Hermer.
You want to watch the replay again? On board Van den Bos?
Yeah, of course. Already smelling these 100 euros coming my way.
I never bet money.
It was the black car that hit in the back. That black car you can see there.
But you can see a great view from Van den Bos going through here. You just see all this carnage. Look at this lift off.
Yeah, great view. Yeah, Austin, right. Changing topic.
Anyway, I know how to get a good camera angle out of it.
Now, I'm very ashamed of myself because I can't recognize the driver that was involved in that. As De Laurentiis is off with Bison. Oh, there he is.
Oh, no.
Zachary Bison, I found him.
That's ridiculous.
Same corner, and he's trying to get back into the proper racing line. As you can see, he gets basically freight trained right now, and I'm afraid that now he has even more damage to that car.
Well, Zachary Beeson has not gone into the pits, so I do not believe it was him that first time either. I do know the car that was involved in that first incident, the front wing was just hanging on by a thread, though. Are we going to watch from Zachary Beeson's now?
Yeah, everyone was being very, very respectful here, no? Lifting, and then...
It was the car behind him that just locked up all the brakes, got into him, then 2 freebies right there, and Beeson got around them. It wasn't. I'll be taking my $100 back. Beeson was the one who
Wilkerson. There it is. It was his teammate. Yeah. You know. Oh!
Oh no!
Careful, cars are coming. Ilariarnio. Drivers from Scandinavia. Not having the best of luck today. Stuart Milne is defending from Clemens Pulsengruber. Let's jump on board with the veteran Clemens Pulsengruber.
Well, he's looking down the inside, just going to try to sell a dummy to Millen. Millen keeping that outside line to his. He left the door open in case Pulsengruber wanted to try to go down the inside. But now look at the run that Pulsengruber has coming around turns 2 and 3. Great run, different line right now. Almost 215 kilometers heading into this very fast kink. Staying in the draft, he's got a great run heading into the chicane. I think a smart move not to try it down the inside right here. Just stay right behind there. Hopefully try to force a mistake out of Miller. He did get a better line through the chicane. And now he's got a great run as Hermer's in the wall.
Hermer made an attempt to pass. I think he was fighting with Mauro and Zanier, Austin.
No rear wing, and that is a lot of toe damage on the rear of his car. And that is his race over. And here's that replay right now. He's on the tail end of the 157.
I think that struck Mauro.
Oh!
Ouch!
Yeah, the 257 that struck Mauro. Wheel-to-wheel contact and sent him airborne.
Now Zanieri has different from Lucas Maruk, Austin. Jump on board with the Canadian. So Zanier lately has had some very, very good races. In the past, he was a bit, you know, stuck in the mid-pack, but he's a driver with great experience with this car. He took part in the Automobile Club of Italy official Esports championship for the F3s last year, so he knows how to drive this car at high level. By the way, Samuel Hermer had to tow back to the pits, unfortunately, so I mean that's no surprise. Given the
that toe damage on the car was extremely hard to handle, and even if you did, were able to bring that back. Did Lucas Baruch just break his tire?
Yes. Strange, because he didn't have usually it happens when you glitch or you have connection issue. He seems to.
He didn't flip, but the iRacing gods sure are cruel today. Oh, we both saw that too, but that's just how strong these curbs are and how weak the suspension is.
Baruch seems to be alive and well and goes for the move on the outside. No dice, as we have, I think, in front of them. It's Potoshek coming out of the pits. As the fight still continues, and also now Clark Williams wants to have
Williams on the tail of Lucas Baruch. You know, he probably saw the tire fly off and backed off a bit. I'm going to be honest. If Lucas Baruch watching this stream is going to see that and have his heart drop and be like, wait a minute, that never happened.
Austin, one thing that always, of course, easy to say it from here, that we are sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
Don't you think that, I mean, the chicanes are very inviting and enticing to make the pass, but I think the optimal strategy would be to wait if possible and then try to stay as close as possible to try here for a move at the hairpin.
Yes.
This seems to be like
the greatest move ever. The greatest spot to make the move, because it's the easiest place to make the move without causing any sort of chance for a massive incident. But this layout, it also brings for a move down the front straight. Watch Clark Williams behind Maruk. He's going to be getting a great run due to the draft heading into turn 1. He's already got a lot of speed. If he was just a bit closer coming out of the hairpin, they would be side by side right now heading into turn 1 and being able to. The thing is, Zolder breaks up the opportunities to overtake, that it's mainly it's going to be a race of attrition, just a race of how smooth can you be. And that's why this place is very fun for endurance racing, because over the entire time, the more consistent driver will win.
Yeah, our good friends at Sim Racers World organize a 24-hour race here every season, if I'm not mistaken, on iRacing. Of course, the bulk of Sim Racers World community comes from Belgium, so they have a very strong ties with
Belgian tracks.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, that being said, even the hairpin is not a risk-free passing zone around this place, because look how narrow the track gets, and then you have immediately this fast chicane with, I mean, it's not the problem of the chicane, the problem is that the track gets narrower and narrower. By the way, Marteau fastest lap of the race, previous lap, this lap, Meola answers back with his fastest lap of the race.
Do you see the backhand of Clark Williams? Right there? Through the chicane, that backhand kicked out and really killed off his momentum behind Lucas Maruk.
And it's going to get worse and worse the more we go through the afternoon. Now, thankfully, these drivers have the pleasure of having a bit of a cooler track compared to yesterday in the academy session, but yeah, that's going to be a big talking point, as James Tullis and Patrick Rowland on the inside comes the British driver.
It was a big look from Luis. I believe he might have was looking for it originally and then backed off at the point. It's really seeing none of the drivers are going for there, as Marteau, after winning or sweeping yesterday in Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship, currently sitting in second.
Yeah, trading fast lap after fast lap with Francesco Meola. And this time it's Marteau who gets the weakest lap between the pair of them, a bit slower than their previous laps, which were again 1 lap ago record for Meola, 2 laps ago record for Marteau, so they are really pushing hard. Then we have Maruk and Williams having a fight. Dave Martin, ooh, no!
How are they still alive?
Wow. I'm sorry, but I have no idea how Stewart doesn't have damage. I mean, there are lucky escapes, and then there is this, Austin.
Oh, just a big wiggle into the grass of the.
And now Chuck Mauro, while we were watching the replay, Austin has had a big off.
The second incident for him today. See, he's already in the draft at the 55, looking for that outside line, heading into the chicane side by side. Well, he's got the move made, but just a little too far back brake bias, and around the car went. He probably hooked that curb heading into the chicane, and it just over-rotated the car.
Stuart Mill once again under massive pressure from Dave Martin. That Samuel Hermer behind them is a lap down, at least a lap down. Let's see, once again, let's go on board with Dave Martin this time and see if Stewart goes one. Oh no, this time it's Dave's time to make a mistake.
He just didn't steer into there. He went in for the steer, but Stuart Miller was right there, so he decided to turn in a bit later. That just got him onto the wrong rhythm, and through the grass he went, and that's a slowdown penalty, and is going to be on dirty tires. He's completely gone from that group.
Yeah, Glamsetter and Brachetti both went past. Here is Patrick Rowlands with James Lewis, Nick Carty 21 to 23, also Bartosz Greleczki. And Wojtek Potuszek has ridden Dennis here. But if we go back to the front, you will see once again Meola slightly faster than Marteau, and now I think a bad lap for Marteau altogether.
Yeah, Marteau was, yeah, he's dropped off an entire 1.5 seconds. There might have been a lap car there, or Marteau might have missed the chicane or something, because that is a lot of time he's dropped by.
Not seeing any incident, any off track for him, so probably some traffic or maybe a slowdown, as you know, could possibly be. Victor Varris, slowly but surely, enjoying a nice third place, Austin, and a bit in no man's land right now, enjoying the beautiful scenery as we are basically at the halfway mark of the race. Gavin Petty, your fourth place driver, and Luciano Zenier is in fifth, under big pressure from Lucas Baruch and Williams.
Baruch is still hopping and attacking those curbs. Yeah, Baruch not giving up at all. He still is attacking this course, and Zanier still pulling away just a little by little bit, but they're right behind him, and is Clark Williams. This fight for fifth is going to be very tasty to watch throughout this race.
It is the other group we saw earlier with Milne, Glamsatter, Brachetti and Martin. Martin trying to catch back up to this group, of course, after his mistake a couple of laps back at the final chicane, and Brachetti seems to be in his radar for a possible move.
Yeah, he needs eyes all over him. In front, on the sides, behind, and even the spotter needs to have multiple eyes around there.
You can see there in the distance, we saw them for a second, you will see once again. In the distance there are some very tall structures. On top of one of those, you can find Stephen Dale. So
iRacing likes hiding Easter eggs places.
You know, apparently now there are also some wind turbines there. You know, I have an irrational fear of wind turbines, so I'm happy that iRacing doesn't have them there.
Yeah, there are wind turbines there, and let me tell you, your fear of wind turbines is not as big as my fear of wind turbines. Usually I didn't mind them, but then they froze.
Ah, no, well, okay. Of course, you are referring to the big Texas ice age of a few months ago, no?
Don't remind me. I'm also not a fan of snow either anymore.
I hate snow. Everyone likes snow. I hate snow, especially since my part of the country in Italy is not very well used to snow. So every time a little bit of flurries, 1 week of drama on the roads. So no thanks.
And our battle for 14th, Glamsetter, Brachetti, and Martin, thank you.
And you know, we see these battle groups, but unless someone is making mistakes, the drivers are a bit tentative, Austin. They are not really going for the pass.
Yeah, there are opportunities to go for these passes, but these drivers, I think they had a little bit of talking to from Verani before the race, saying, hey, if the move's there, go for it, but we prefer not to have incidents here. And all these guys know that they want to be finishing this race and not having an incident right now. As Martin and Brachetti having a little side-by-side battle. Martin looked down to the inside. Big set heading into the hairpin, getting onto the curve right there. And now it's going to be a drag race heading into the kink. And they're still side-by-side, and I believe they're still going to be side-by-side heading into this final corner. They are not. Brachetti gets past Martin, but now Martin going to try to get next to Brachetti. Again, Brachetti using the speed on the outside of the hairpin to get the power down much earlier than Dave Martin to get back ahead of him after a beautiful move down the inside.
I want to say hello to the bot, the stream elements bot, who has realized after half an hour, 40 minutes of stream that we are live. So if you want to talk to the bot and have information about the series and about us, ask away. And thank you to Mateus, he's telling us the correct pronunciations for Potocek and Pieniączek. So that's the way you pronounce them. Austin, you sound shocked.
I'm looking at it, trying to make sense of it.
I know you're thinking, oh no, now I have to learn them again. Like after all this effort has been for nothing. Marco has misled me, sorry, in thinking that it was Potocek and Pieniączek.
Yeah. What else have you misled me on? As that's Chuck Morrow heading into the pit. He's got wing damage.
Let's see the
front wing damage.
Yeah, front right is looking a bit damaged, and so for Chuck Mauro, a costly pit stop. It will drop him several positions down.
We're probably hit the hairpin hit a curb a little bit too hard, and that dislodged the wing. Also, this is the track where we saw the premiere of the Italian rear wing, I believe. One season ago, I believe.
Might be correct, Austin. Oh! Sideways.
Luciano.
Speaking of Italian rear wings.
Kicking the back end out and having some fun with it.
Fastest lap of the race for QT Marteau, but unfortunately not enough to close the gap on Meola, who has got a couple of lapped cars to contend with, one of them being Chuck Mauro, so quick driver. Of course, drivers are told to be very respectful under blue flag conditions.
Ooh.
Point in case. Chuck didn't do anything wrong. The problem is that Francesco seems to be in a hurry, and the track there is not really. Oh God! I heard something in front of the leader.
I don't see anything in front of the leader.
Yeah, me neither. So probably
going crazy over here.
Yeah.
Having a camera director fears, just a little drama gnome in your head, just being like,
so sorry.
And you think there's a crash now?
I'm still thinking about wind turbines.
You know, I have an entire video playlist of wind turbines failing I can send you.
It's not just the fail, it's just like the wind turbines themselves are very scary to me. I don't know. They look like alien structures. You know what I mean? They don't look
You're not a bird. You aren't flying through the air close to them.
Yeah, but they're scary. They're ugly.
This is true. We had 3 wind turbine parts just completely block a highway here the other day. Because there's a factory in San Antonio that produces a lot of wind turbine stuff.
There's Potocek and Pieniączek fighting for P9. Seems like Przemysław was for the move there. Now he goes in the grass. There's a lapped car behind him. It's his teammate behind him. I think. Yeah, it's the other. It's Wojtek Potocek as Chuck Mauro for a move on Greczki and gets the job done.
Tomorrow after
Austin, I hate you so much.
For those who are wondering what I just did, I just sent him one of my favorite windmill gifs.
Brachetti side by side. Now, of course, they will have to decide who takes precedence because it's so dangerous. Glamsetter goes through. Austin clutching at his chair, not wanting to pay any more repair damage. Side by side, here comes Brachetti.
Well, that's a good look for him, but he's not going to be able to get it. He's just playing it cautious right there as Glamsetter stays in 13th ahead of Andrea Brachetti. And Dave Martin, well, he sees the opportunity he's got right now. Brachetti is struggling in front of him. He could make a surprise move on Brachetti next time by if he tries to make a move on Glamsetter. Just hold his line because Glamsetter is just definitely just going to be holding his line. And, you know, Brachetti's going to have a very effective line as he's got another good run-up right now heading into this chicane. A little bit later on the brakes, but much harder. And, oh, this is a great run for both the cars.
There was a good lap from Marteau and a bad lap from Meola, but now a terrible lap from Marteau. 21.5, so some lap traffic probably getting in the way.
Brachetti!
Here we go with Brachetti.
Brachetti sends it down the inside. But watch the speed by Glamsetter on the outside. They're going to be side by side unless one of these drivers lifts off. Well, Dave Martin's definitely lifted off. Brachetti swings it around the outside. Glamsetter lifted off down to the inside. Dave Martin was just playing this cautiously right now. We got a 3-car train nose to tail here at Zolder.
Yeah, Talisman is joining the party and Waller.
Look at it down the inside, around the outside. Is look at Dave Martin.
Yeah, he's getting crowded, huh? 3's a crowd. What about 5?
Oh, that's a party. I feel like some of these drivers might be thinking this might not be the smartest place to go. They're starting to single file out right now, but they are racing it hard into this chicane. Look down the inside. Very, very optimistic look by Dave Martin right there.
I see every time they go side by side, they try, and then they lift off. They lift a bit because they want to be respectful. But of course, at that point, when you go for the move and then you don't stick with it and you slow down a lot, you lose a lot of ground and you risk getting it in the back by another driver. In the meantime, we have a side-by-side between Pignonchek and Potocek, and once again, this time is the 99 going past side-by-side. Once again, Brachetti is pulling away, and Martin and Glamsetter are side-by-side coming into the final corner.
Yep, nose to tail, and look behind him. Adam Talisman wants to get onto the fight right there, but he had to have a big lift off. They're side by side. They're 3 wide across the line as Zolder is down there onto the inside as Glamsetter and Dave Martin are side by side. Glamsetter goes wide. He almost getting pushed off into the grass. A big lockup right there on the back of this pack as it's Martin, Glamsetter, Zolder, Talisman, Waller, Loretes, and Luis.
That was Phil Waller with a big lockup, and Talisman gets passed by Waller, despite Waller locking into turn 1. They were going, they were checking up so much that Waller was able to get back as Nick Carty goes from some agricultural racing there in the back of the shot. Jumping hard on the curbs.
Right. Talisman getting a good run on Waller after Waller trying out for the Olympic high jump right there. Side by side, big braking opportunity, and another curb run over. Talisman makes it work. And Phil Waller, well, I know the Olympics are coming up right now this summer, and so is the virtual Olympic series, but I'm pretty sure curb strike jumping is not a part of the event. And Adam Talisman makes a little bit of a lockup heading into the chicane. And here comes Phil Waller back on him. Waller being pushed all the way to the outside of the grass, going to lift off and let Talisman take this corner. And he wants to preserve his car for another lap. 10 laps to go here. And oh no! Victor Barris having to take some agricultural lines as there was a car just sideways in the middle of the chicane right there.
Yeah, I think also Marteau was involved somehow. Let's get a replay because... so let's see, here comes Marteau.
Oh, it's right in front of Marteau, it's the 38.
Ooh, okay, and Barris to take evasive action, perfect. Makes sense. Should have been Van Veen, I think. Yep, the 33 then.
Well, I know the team is lucky 13, but this was certainly a unlucky move. Just a little bit too deep on the braking zone. They got out into the grass, onto the throttle, then around he went, and
that's man, that's a place where you don't want to be.
That's a place where you don't want to be, and a place where you want to get out as fast as possible, but not when traffic is coming.
So, in any case, thanks to his big advantage, of course, Barris is still in third, but of course Gavin Petty went there when the road was almost completely clear, so he gained 2.1 seconds this past lap, and now you can see him there in the back of the shot, possibly within range for a move as we go back to Zomotor and Glamsetter and Zomotor here. Then we have De Laurentiis with Talsma, Waller and Tulis, and I think also Nick Hart is about to join the fight. But, you know, he was getting closer a bit, not by much, but Marteau was trying to get closer and closer, and was able, you know, was doing so, but then again another problem on the road for him, and again now he lost a lot of time, and the gap, as you can see on the left side of your screen, also a massive gap, 8.4 seconds. If Meola can hold it for these past few laps, he should be able to bring it home almost no problem. Let's see the dancing dots of doom.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I'll tell you what, there might be a bit of traffic for Meola in the last few laps.
Yeah, it's looking like he does have some traffic in front of him right now, but oh, there's a car stopped in front of Meola right there on the inside of the track, car into the wall, in 33rd place. That
Arnio
would be Iari.
Arnio. Yeah, and oh,
he's still struggling with his car right there.
Yeah, he's keeping it on the wall.
Well, you know, there's keeping it off track and off the line. This is a new definition of off the line. Okay, he's back onto the track right now, but that's pretty much because the tire barrier made him get back onto the track. As let's ride on board of Phil Waller as he's behind Massimo De Laurentiis heading into the chicane. And this is pretty much at the back of that massive train that we see on our mini-map. As Marteau puts in the new fastest lap of the race.
Yeah. And in front of them, Talsma locking up the brakes. We see in a bit that number 1 on your track map he's getting closer to these guys here. I don't know if he's going to catch them because it's a very short lap. 1 minute and 17 right now for the quick drivers at the front. Let's jump on board with Talsma. Teammates with the American Andy Fleet for Scuderia Metallica, and of course not only they love Metallica, which is a great band.
Run. Look at this
run. Massimo. Great stuff from Massimo De Laurentiis.
Oh no, a little bit too much.
Too much mustard from
Which
the Italian.
I believe was something that you were going to allude to, being the mustard on Adam Talsma's rear wing.
Both lovers of a great band like Metallica and both lovers of mustard. And now, of course, they had to lift a bit to avoid the drama. This caused another traffic jam. And look at this.
Oh, this traffic jam side by side heading into the chicane. It's a curb strike for Phil Waller. Adam Talsma avoids the curbs. Someone is doing a little bit of gravel spreading and Japanese rock guarding, but Phil Waller manages to get the move on Adam Talsma for 17th.
Great stuff here at in what is the upper midfield with 44 car. So, and Massimo De Laurentiis again from bad to worse. Austin, I think he has cooked his tires. Medium rare, let's say.
I think those tires are way beyond medium rare and just done.
No, sorry, no. What is the other? What is the scale?
It's blue, rare, medium, well done, done, and burnt.
Done. I wanted to say done. Sorry, I'm stupid.
And anything above medium rare is a sin.
Yeah, I agree with you.
This is a Texan line, I'm saying. And Marto has just put in 3 fastest laps in a row trying to chase down Meola. He has closed that gap down consistently. The thing is, though, the traffic, the gap that has already been formed, it was 8 seconds now at the start of it, and now it's down to 6 seconds. Meola just had to go through that traffic right there, and he's about to come up to a massive train.
Austin, it's you know, I don't know why some people avoid to say this, but I will say this. There is only one thing that that Thiago has to hope for, is that Meola gets into trouble with traffic. I mean, at this point, it's part of racing, so it's not like a jinx or whatever. At this point in the race, with only 5 laps to go, a bit less than that, the gap is 6.3 seconds. That's his only hope, basically.
It seriously is his only hope, the traffic, as I'm going to be giving everybody this easily to understand photo for you know, future reference.
You can't post it on YouTube, but I can, so I will do it for you. There we go. Glamsetter Zomotor fight for 15th as Meola. A bit of clean air right now. He might think about, you know, maybe lifting a bit. Oh, as we had an overtake. Auto check. Went past Sherry for P9. The motor is putting some pressure on Glamsetter, by the way.
As Glamsetter and Zolder nose tail with each other.
With a mistake there from Petty. And now Cherry.
Lucas Maruk.
Everything is happening at once.
Which is usually how these races go. And, ooh, lock up right there, right in front of Cherry. And look at this train we got going on right now.
There's a mistake from as a car coming out of the pit. That was Russell Kirkwood, if I am not mistaken. So Maruk passed Petty and Zanier both went past Gavin Petty, which makes me think, Austin, that Gavin must have made a mistake somewhere. No, not a detective. That sounds
right here.
See, Gavin Petty, the grass,
off the track,
and around
big spin.
That's the 2 positions lost to Zanier and Maruk.
Right from those silent killer curves.
Yeah. I'm told that in the past in iRacing those curbs used to sing when you went over them, but then iRacing removed them. Oh, and Clark Williams!
Oh no!
From 7th spot. And now he's losing Pieniączek. And past him. So down 1 spot. Damage limitation.
And by singing, you mean like you go over them and they produce a little tone, right?
Yeah. But like, you know, they were known as the singing curbs, as Meola gets the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, first time that Marto did not get the first fast lap of the race, as Milton leading out Cherry, Brichetti, and Martin. And here comes Brichetti and Cherry, side by side. Brichetti.
Maybe a slowdown for
Leonard. Slow down.
Very, very slowly, or he had a terrible exit, but I think more of a slowdown because he's losing contact. So once again, this group is, you know, the ebb and flow of these. Oh God, it's the chicane. Oh Jesus, it's the chicane. I saw the car veer on the left and said, "Where is he going?" Apologies to everyone watching as Glamsetter went
How
past.
did you forget what track we're at?
I have no idea, man. I'm getting older with each passing day.
Well, thankfully the white flag's out, so you only have one more time to mess that one up. Oh. You know, yesterday was me just completely not surprised of somebody missing a quarter.
Is Cherry out of fuel because he is being passed by everyone?
He might be. What gear is he in?
5th.
Why is he go? He might be having a hardware issue.
Also, yeah. Zanier, Maruk,
Yeah,
Petty. As Zanier blinks.
Who's that in the gravel?
It was Grechki.
That's one of my cars.
No. Also Glam Setter, not Grechki.
Okay.
Zanier defending.
This looks a lot like one of my cars.
Yes. It's nice and yellow. We will go back to these drivers in a second as they are fighting for 4th place. But let's celebrate Francesco Meola, Austin.
Yeah, Meola. Great race from him. Start to finish, leading every lap. Don't believe he pulled out the Grand Slam today. Did he get the fast lap there? He did get the fast lap. Grand Slam for Francesco Meola. And he got that by 100th of a second with the fastest lap.
Who's going to get 4th behind Varys? Seems like Zanier will be able to hold on to it under massive pressure.
All is out right there. It's a drag race to the line, side by side, but Xavier by 600ths is going to be taking 4th place. Riccati looking for a last lap move. Oh, I saw him looking for that inside line, but he knows the speed is off the exit. As here we go. We're going to have a drag race here for 11th between Riccati and Millen. Riccati 4/10 behind him, heading into this final chicane. Not close enough to make the move. Millen's going to take 11th, followed by Riccati and Dave Martin.
Phil Waller, great drive from him, plus 18. If he can hold on. Oh dear. Yeah, he gets it. Wow.
Tasma with the defense from Cardi. I'm not sure if that was defending or just fear.
I don't know, but Waller had a terrible last lap, 21.0, but he was able to hold on to 16th, and that's going to be extra work.
Well, that's what he wants to. He just wants to forget this race.
No, plus 18. Why should he be unhappy? Great race.
Well, that last lap, I mean.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have your final results from Zolder. The alternate layout here on Apex Racing TV. I was about to say the iRacing Esports Network, Austin. It's not my night.
What is that?
Francesco Meola wins in style in front of QT Marteau, and Victor Barres in 3rd is able to recover after almost getting involved into a mess with a left car. Great job from Victor, great job from everyone on the podium. Zanier holds off Maruk and Petty for 4th place, and Pieniączek, Clark Williams and Potocek, Punz and Gruber in 10th, great race from the veteran. Stuart Milne, Andrea Brachetti, Dave Martin, Christian Galmsetter, these guys were a lot of fun to watch. Zomotor in 15th, another great fight between Walder, Talsma and Carty. We watched all race long. I loved these little packs we had. Of course also Rowlands there. Then 1 lap down, Leonard Cherry, Massimo De Laurentiis, unlucky, he was having a fantastic race. Then a couple of mistakes in 1 lap ruined his run. Angelo Veloz, which I think means quick in Portuguese, but I will have to, don't quote me on that. Alaric van den Bos in 23rd, then Bartosz Golecki, Gaston Anbik, Samuel Ermer, of course involved in an incident, Reed Dennis, and Zachary Bison in 28th. Going forwards, we should have Antonio Teyes and James Tullis in 29th and 30th respectively, in front of Richard Veen, Richard Van Veen, of course, Russell Kirkwood, Ilari Arnio, Martin Devine, Alex Hopkins, Chuck Mauro, Wojtek Potoshek, Daryl Govender in 38th, 39th place for Steve Rubens, and 40th place for Ito-san Koji Ito. And then Rod McGuire in 41st, Johan Birgersson in 42nd, Will McIntyre in 43rd, and last but certainly not least, Jota Gonzalez in 44th place. Austin, it has been a tough race. That's what we were expecting, you know, from the from the get-go, you know. And it was tough.
Zolder was going to be a very tough track from the start, but next race is going to be kind of a different feel to Zolder. Instead of the tight and twisty, it's going to be the fast and flowy island of Phillip Island next week here in the iGPFun-F3, and I believe we're back to our massive grids.
Yeah, I think it's you know, I mean, 44 cars was nothing, nothing, to, you know, but it's you know, of course we can have even more in this series. So I mean, 44 is great, but we can have 50 and 60, etc. Austin. So I'm expecting Phillip Island to you know,
entertain.
Yeah, I mean. So,
and speaking of entertaining, before we head out, I believe we have a special announcement.
Well, it's more than a special announcement. Is you know, something that, of course, you know, something that I wanted to, you know, this is a bit of a, you know, you know, it's a tough day for me every year. 25th of April, of course, is the 4th anniversary of the passing of my great friend and teammate Dario Cecconi. He was my teammate in iRacing, friend in real life, and a very, very skilled motorcycle rider. He used to race in the Irish Road Racing Championship. Unfortunately, as I was saying, 4 years ago he passed away, and there is not a day that goes by that I don't think about him and you know, great races we did together, and especially the great fun we had together each and every day. You know, so wherever you are, Dario, I miss you so much.
Pretty sure he's smiling at you right now. Thank you for that, Marco. Very sorry for your loss, and hopefully everybody join us next week for the iGPFun virtual iGPFun-F3 series presented by Virtual Racing School next week at Phillip Island. I've been joined by Marco Barbadera. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.